The Sault Ste. Marie Region Conservation Authority would like to issue a watershed condition statement to residents. The weather forecast indicates general rainfall amounts of 20 to 40 millimeters, with local amounts reaching up to 60 to 80 millimeters with embedded thunderstorms. The rain is forecast to begin early this morning and continue throughout the day and overnight. Currently, local rivers, creeks, and streams are flowing at normal levels. However, intense rainfall will cause levels and flows to rise across the watershed. There may be localized flooding in areas with poor drainage, so be cautious. It is important to remember that the water in rivers, streams, and channels will be fast flowing. The Sault Ste. Marie Region Conservation Authority will continue to closely monitor the streams across the watershed. The Government of Canada is investing $123,000 in Science North over the next 3 years to deliver girls' summer science camps across Northern Ontario during the summers of 2018, 2019, and 2020. Science North is among the recipients of funding through the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada's 2018 Promo Science program. As recognized by Promo Science, participation by females in science must grow to ensure Canada is growing and sustaining in a very competitive global landscape. Through summer science camp programming, Science North aims to create an environment where girls feel comfortable to develop positive attitudes and an interest in science. The week-long bilingual girls' summer science camps are led by female Science North Bluecoats with science, technology, or education backgrounds from Northern Ontario, who thrive on sharing their passion for science with the next generation of learners. Each day, campers explore different science topics through hands-on experiences and learn about the relationships between science, technology, and everyday life, and careers in the STEM fields. The Sault Area Hospital auditorium was packed with people on Wednesday evening as hospital staff members announced a milestone they reached to expand their cardiac wing, the raising of the initial $4.5 million in funding they needed to make this expansion possible. This expansion includes a cath lab, which includes cardiac stenting, otherwise known as angioplasty, procedures in order to help patients stay closer to home for care.
So my involvement goes back a number of years with the cath lab and starts with discussions like you heard tonight from Dr. Ghosh, some of the staff that you see here tonight, really pointing out to me that, we have a great facility, great hospital here, but there's a gap. And, I put the challenge to them. I said, show me.
The federal government insists pot legislation will help the country snuff out crime. But internally, it's wondering what will become of the fuzzy world of illegal online weed transactions. In less than a month, Canada will become the first industrialized country to legalize recreational cannabis. The Liberal government has argued the end of cannabis prohibition will prevent criminals and, in particular, organized crime from getting their hands on the lucrative proceeds of Canada's illicit grass market. But when it comes to illegal online cannabis transactions, the Federal Public Safety Department is seeking outside help to learn more about the prominence of Canadian weed on mysterious platforms on the internet's dark web, known as crypto markets. A new tendering notice posted by the department says Ottawa is looking to commission a study that will estimate Canadians' online cannabis transactions, identify behavioral trends, and discuss post-legalization implications for policy and law enforcement. To stress the importance of the effort, the document notes that international research has pointed to Canada as one of the most prominent countries of origin when it comes to the shadowy online drug trade. The federal government is speeding up the timelines for the removal of rupture-prone tank cars from Canadian railroads. Ottawa has taken steps to phase out certain types of tank cars following the deadly train derailment and explosions in Lac-Mégantic, Quebec, that killed 47 people in 2013. Transport Minister Marc Garneau announced new timelines yesterday that will see the CPC 1232 tank cars that carry crude oil phased out by November 1st, which is 17 months earlier than the previous deadline. He says remaining DOT 111 tankers and CPC 1232 tank cars that transport highly volatile flammable liquids will be removed by January 1st, more than 6 years sooner than an earlier target date. Federation of Canadian Municipalities President Vicky Mayham and Railway Association of Canada CEO Marc Brazeau welcomed the accelerated timelines, saying in separate statements that the car's removal will lower the safety risks for many communities. Ontario's top court sided with the provincial government Wednesday in a legal battle over the size of Toronto City Council, firmly establishing a reduced 25-ward electoral map for the city's looming municipal vote. In suspending what is called a dubious lower court ruling that found the province's move to cut council unconstitutional, the Court of Appeal for Ontario also did away with the Progressive Conservative government's need to rush through reintroduced legislation on the matter. Toronto Mayor John Tory said while the court decision was not what the city sought, it does bring clarity for the time being. When asked whether the city would take the issue to the Supreme Court of Canada, Tory said city lawyers have been given the authority to take whatever steps are needed to fight the council cut.